Hello and welcome to the Here For It podcast with Chris
and Melissa.
We're two sisters that are here to bring you real and relatable topics that we hope will inspire you,
Cause you to think, laugh, and grow.
If you hear something you like, please remember to like, subscribe, and share.
And now, let's get into today's topic.
What's up, you guys? Welcome to the Here For It podcast with Chris.
And I am Melissa.
Good to see y'all.
Yes,
What's
welcome
up?
back.
Thanks
Welcome
for
back.
checking back in. So look, we're back to talk about parenting.
Yeah.
This is part 2 of our story. Yeah. So we're going to be talking about that. I like to just talk a little bit.
I do too.
I
like the conversation before because I get to talk to you and get to talk to y'all too.
I know. You've been gone.
I went for 2 weeks. I went to the homeland. It was real fast. I went to Cleveland. It was such a nice visit.
Really?
Yeah, it was a nice visit this time. Only because the weather was really getting ready to be fall already. The breeze is beautiful. There's no breeze like the breeze you get in Cleveland. It was breezy.
I agree.
It was very breezy. Yeah, the beach was breezy. Okay. Got to see my family. I went to Maranatha, my home church. Yes, and got to see people I haven't seen in years.
Oh no, you said there were people there.
Yeah,
okay.
Steve and I sang together. We did a little duet. We don't duet often, but. What it was, Cornerstone. You know that?
Oh,
Christ. You know Cornerstone? Yeah, Cornerstone.
So I always try to get my kids to sing it. They be like,
no.
They be like, that's CCM.
It's very CCM.
It's beautiful.
It would be nice for praise and worship, but I don't think the church is here. No, they're not ready for that. That's the kind of stuff
I want to make them like, this is
good.
I might try to see if I can get that going.
Try to get them.
Forgot about Cornerstone.
Try to get them to do Cornerstone.
So y'all did that.
We did Cornerstone. It was good. And Maranatha was so they was into it. Yeah, it was the same. It was beautiful. Just to see all the families. This was like 3 major families there, and they were all there. Lots of kids.
Listen, it's crazy when a family find a home church, they be like, we here.
We here. This is our family. My mama went here, and my grandma went here, and they always come back. Yeah, they don't leave. So it was good. So that's Cleveland, it was good. Glad to be back in the ATL. Yes. I'm glad.
And the weather's cooler here.
It is. It's been. You know what? It's been raining a lot. It's been a rainy summer.
Yeah, I feel like it has too. I feel like our winters, Atlanta's winters, is rain too. So I just feel like we about to get.
Y'all about to go right into the rain,
but it's
season.
Good sleep.
Yeah,
it's good sleep.
It's good weather. I like it, and people are outside more, so I like that
for sure. Girl, I've been in Miami.
I was gonna say.
I know. I've been in Miami almost for.
You look so much better when you smile.
We gonna talk about it next season. So if they know, they know. If they don't, they don't
know. They know. But we smiling out here.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Yeah, I went to work out this morning and. Right before the podcast, and I'm going to tell y'all I'm on 10, so I'm going to try my best. I'm going to try my best
to
keep it right.
No, I'm glad you're on 10 because I'm
on 10 today.
It's crazy, girl. I said I'm in a storm, Lord.
I'm in a season. I'm in a decision.
I'm in a storm.
Yeah, oh man, I'm sorry. No, a little workout, a little Zumba
got you right.
will get me together. Yes, I'm like, okay, so I'm going. So today, the House of Dragons come out. The Target.
No, she won't let me watch it with her because I
told her she had 2 to 3 years to watch.
I'm scared, y'all.
Game of Thrones, and she's scared of it.
I'm so scared because my mind is fragile.
It's fragile, yeah. I'm fragile too.
But I'm jealous because you, Telton, Jalen, everybody is so pumped for it to come on.
We so pumped. The story is so good.
I don't want to miss out.
It's some darkness to it.
Some. Girl, it's dark. It's dark.
It's dark. It's good dark. Forgive me, Lord. It's good dark. Listen. I need deliverance. I'm just gonna say I need deliverance.
We all have our stuff, but I heard that it's not similar to the Bible, but it gives you maybe a Bible feel sometimes. So, so it's all right.
That's why you my sister.
It's giving like
it's
Genesis, Exodus,
Revelation.
Revelation.
It's like revelationist. It's got a little revelation in it. And, but no, it's good. So I like mystery and dragons and castles and all of that stuff. I do like that. So I'm excited about it. So I kept thinking like, go skating tonight. Or which one? So I'm gonna watch.
Can you do both?
I'm gonna watch House of Dragons at 9. Hopefully it go off by 10. I'm gonna go watch it at Brian's house because it's close to the rink. Get to the rink by 10:30. Leave there by 12. Right. So I got plans.
Be there. You going to the one where
I go to the one where Usher be.
He might be there.
I miss him every time I don't go. So if he there tonight, I'll take a picture with them for y'all.
Every time I see his skate videos, that anybody skate, you just get hyped.
You be pumped.
Like, it's so good.
And I haven't skated in a long time because I just haven't. Okay, but I want to get back. Get back into it. So
do what you love.
Yeah. So last week we talked about my story,
your parenting story, and we were actually filming again, y'all, because we that episode we didn't know was gonna go where it went. I thought it was good. Hopefully you guys liked it or whatever. And then I started talking, and then I watched the footage, and I was like, boring.
She said hers was boring. It's tea-driven content, and she didn't have none.
I said, God, I don't have none.
So she had to go back and think of some tea to add.
And I still
did you got some?
No.
Did you got some?
I didn't got none. But what we just gonna talk about it.
Every story doesn't have to be tragic or have.
That's what they want.
Hey, I'm winning. I told y'all I was gonna win. I was gonna win.
She's always
but no, I started the whole thing about starting this podcast is it was a way for me to kind of share. It was for me, but I thought that I would add my sisters because they're in my life as well, and we have similarities, and we could talk about it, and it just helped me. But these stories, I tell you guys, when I talk about this stuff, it is so healing for me. It is healing because I'm an introvert, so I don't get to talk a lot. Nobody's gonna ask me, so tell me about your teen pregnancy 30 years ago. No one's gonna ask me, and no one cares. But if I tell you, you probably will listen. But it is therapy for me to be able to share. And I think, when we share with each other, we learn so much. I didn't know that.
Or I forgot. It will hit different because I feel like we're at a different season, me maybe a different level of maturity. I'll be like, wait a minute, hold up.
Absolutely.
So I'm gonna tell my story. I wanted to say though, this weekend at church was our family life weekend. So it's geared towards families, marriages, child parent relationships, that kind of thing. And so I was excited about it because I knew we were going to do our parenting thing. So I was like, oh, maybe I can get some stuff from there, from it. But my heart is so heavy, or was heavy, just for marriages. Just because as we were talking, the speaker was talking, we had, I think, maybe 2 or 3 couples that I saw in our audience where it was couples that were once married, or families, but then it was like the wife and her new boyfriend, and then maybe the husband by himself, but still in the congregation, and the kids there. Or vice versa. And I was just like, it was bothering me so. It made me feel so sad. I mean,
and it's a lot of that. It's a lot.
It's so much of it. It's a reality, and it started making me think, what is our duty as a body of Christ when people are going through divorce, or contemplating it, separation, whatever, to try to step in and save them, something, or do something, or save them. I don't know, but that's a part of my heaviness. I was just like,
well, that
I don't know what to do.
Being a wife and being in a marriage and understanding like all of those dynamics, you have to have that awareness. Where you're looking at people, not for what you see on the outside, but what they might be going through on the inside. So for you to have that soft spot for them, it has to be a ministry, or it has to be something that touches or reaches them. And not only the married people, but their children. and that comes into the parenting part.
Like, God,
my mama's new boyfriend, my daddy's new girlfriend, my daddy's new wife. We're in 2 separate households.
It's bananas to me.
Yeah.
And again, it's like, do you stay in your lane? Because people don't like to feel like you're trying to talk to them, like you're trying to judge them, like you're trying to be in their business. Everybody's so private. It's like, again, every time I ask a question or throw something out there, the Holy Spirit is supposed to tell you. But I'm just saying in general, I don't know. It's bothering me. I'm like, Lord, I don't know what to do with that. And we can talk about that a little more when we talk more about parenting.
Yeah, talk about parenting and then add that on to, I was thinking that we can't even make this a season. Because this is everyday life, like relationships, parenting, all of that. We could talk about it for eons and on and on. So, we might talk about other stuff, but
we
it's real.
Do how we want to do it.
How we want to do it, man.
Because one thing we said we were going to do, and we have not done yet.
We will. We working on it though.
Girl, we ain't hyped up not a damn black business,
but we support them.
But we know you're out there. Yeah.
We support you.
We support y'all. And August is Black Business Owner Month.
Okay, then next week,
we'll be
highlighting all of the black businesses that we have.
That we patronize.
That's the word. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll try our best to do that.
Yeah. And spend some time on that.
Yeah. I have a couple. I do too. And I know we said we would. So
I think we love y'all.
Yeah. And I got a black business too, so we can talk about
I got a black. I don't talk about it, but I got a little black business. I got a little business. I got me a business credit card. I got a business credit card and account with my business name. I have all of that. But
I got a couple. So we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. But let's get to my parenting story.
Okay. But before, we're gonna get to Crystal's. But I wanted to say something because I didn't get a chance to fully watch the video from the first thing. And Crystal, thank you so much for speaking afterwards because I want people to know that I am resilient and healed and doing really well. Like she said, have a family. But one of the things I didn't get a chance to clean up, and Crystal kept correcting me. It was hilarious.
What?
So I said that Brian has Hirschsprung's disease.
Okay.
And Crystal said temporarily. And she kept a temporary disease.
It's a little temporary.
It's temporary.
Yeah.
But Brian it's a disease that is, it can be healed. And so to heal that disease when he was maybe about, maybe 9, 10 months old, he went back and got the colostomy bag removed. Right. They cut out the part of his intestines that didn't work, sewed the intestines together, and he is doing well. He is fine.
People thinking he got a colostomy bag.
They're going to be walking around like... Oh, Brian, he got a colostomy bag. So I just want to put that out there. Yeah. He's doing fine. That was when he was a baby. Yeah. He hasn't had any issues. He's healthy, has a beautiful family.
Yes, he
doing well. He's a financial analyst and grown up and all out the house and all that good stuff. Yeah. So I just wanted to clear that up. I was like, wait a minute. They like, he's still sick and he not. That baby's still sick.
Yeah, no, that's funny. And I think we need to do that like for all these episodes. Come back like what I said what I meant.
I made a mistake.
Right. Because we giving this to y'all raw. I mean, we edited a little bit, but we just get in here and have sister chat and talk and see where it goes. Yeah. It's very organic, and I like it that way.
Yeah. Okay. So tell us about your story. You were a teen mom. And
so the first thing I will say is I found out, I tell them how I found out I was pregnant, right? So no. Let's talk about me doing it. We can talk about that.
Yeah, talk about you doing it and why was you doing it?
Right. So this what happened to me. So you were saying that you had to go from Christian school to public school.
Right.
So that was kind of what did it for you to make you feel like, okay, I got to change up or whatever.
Yeah.
So for me, I was in public school. I went to Christian school a couple of years.
You only went for a short. You a public school girl.
Yeah, I'm a public school girl.
I just realized that I'm but because you hung with me,
enough money for me and you to go.
No, because we couldn't have two of us being out and in and out.
Yeah. So
I went to public school,
but I was with you, like you said. So I know all your people.
You know all the people.
My mom made me or I don't know if it was Melissa or Mommy, and I've said this before, but we stuck together. So I share a lot of the same memories that she has because I was right there.
She was with me.
Yeah. Like, hey.
At all my friends' house, all of the activities, everything that I did. Yeah. Krista was right there with me.
I'd be like, why was you there? Why was you there?
I'd be like, well, remember I went to the 8th grade banquet? She was like, I was there.
I was at the banquet, girl. That was me. I was there.
She was my friend.
Yeah. No, it was good. So it's good. We have a lot of good memories. But so I what am I talking about? I told y'all I'm in a storm right now.
She in the
I can't help her, Jesus. I can't think straight.
All right. You were saying that. What happened to you?
Oh, okay. So I was in public
doing
school.
It.
Right.
She was doing it.
All right. So in public school or whatever, had a little boyfriend, middle school, first love type thing or whatever. And then we transitioned into high school. I was in school. I liked to do a lot of things and run track and do high stepping and all that kind of stuff. So when I was in the 11th grade, we had a progress report period or whatever. And I did not get the best grades. Mm-hmm. So my mom sent my dad up there to talk to my teachers to see what was going on. And basically my teachers were like, she is not focused. You know, she's going to end up getting like D's on her report card or whatever if y'all don't do something about it. Which was a lie, because teachers be lying and teachers be being dramatical.
When the parents come up there, they just give the worst information.
I was so mad.
It's just a progress report. It's a progress. But these first 3 weeks, I didn't do nothing. But I'm gonna do something the last 4 weeks.
Like, you know me, like check the rest of them. So anyway, so my dad was like, let me step in and be the disciplinarian, and he decided to remove me from the high stepping team. So that was just something that I enjoy doing. I love to do. I had done it since I entered high school in the 9th grade. We won championships. Yeah. It was my thing. You know what I'm saying? And it took up a lot of my time. So when you're a high stepper, after you get out of school, you go to high stepping practice.
It's good.
Then you chop it up with the girls. You chop it up with whatever basketball players are left around.
Yes, you in the gym chilling.
You in the gym, you chilling. Then you come home, you do your homework, you go to sleep, right? Yep. So when I get kicked off this high stepping team or removed because my dad does, I had more time on my hands. Okay, and so I just start going to my boyfriend's house. Like, well, what you doing? So I would go over there after school. His mama wasn't home, and things was happening. You do it. What else do? You be doing it. So just making bad decisions and. So doing it, but doing it irresponsibly too. So, protection and all that kind of stuff I didn't have it. I didn't have access to it. I didn't even know how to get it. And I feel bad because, not bad, but never felt comfortable enough to say, hey guys, hey mom, or hey sister, or hey somebody,
I need protection.
I'm doing it. So how do I protect myself? I feel like Google was not there for me.
It was
where was Google when I needed it to tell me where to go?
Well, it was
and what to do.
Yeah, it was. Planned Parenthood was big back then or whatever. But that's where you went to get your free condoms and stuff like that. But I didn't know you were doing it because you know what? As close as sisters as we are, we never talk about our intimate life. We never have. So no.
It's weird.
It was just weird.
She's talking about let's do a sex podcast coming up, and I've been like,
she was nervous. I said,
I don't think we're gonna be able to.
I said, let's do a podcast on sex. She was like, what about it? I'm like, sex. You have it. Is it good? Is it not? How do you do it?
I don't want to talk about
We're going to talk about sex because it's uncomfortable. And I'm going to ask her a lot of questions. Be like, girl, how you be doing? I'm just kidding. Not that
How you be doing it?
How you be doing it, girl? Because I be getting cramps.
Oh, God. See, I don't want to. I don't want to. We're going to need a third party. I don't know.
We need somebody to keep us.
But you shouldn't be scared to talk about sex. God made it. It's a good thing. He made it obviously for married people, but it's like God made it, so you shouldn't be scared to talk about it.
Exactly.
But I think just growing up and being in church is taboo. You don't talk about it. No. You don't, the pros, the cons, the what to do, the what not to do, and all of that.
But I think had we talked about it, I don't think we would have been teen moms, because we were not bad girls. We were good girls.
Girl, I would not have been.
I know, yeah, I wouldn't have been doing. And I knew not to do that, but I didn't. When I lost, like you said, you lost something. Yeah, I lost my circle. Yeah, that kept me grounded and rooted, and I was in an environment like. Yeah. What do I do now? I guess. Do it. Yeah, you do it. You sign up.
Naturally, that's the next thing that happens.
To do it.
You sign up to do it over here, do it over there. So. That's what happened. So I know about birth control, all that kind of stuff. So I remember the day that I found out that I was pregnant, not officially but unofficially. Yes, girl. So we were at the house. It was like, I don't know, maybe a weekend or whatever, and there was a
this is so funny.
Shootout going on down the street from us. Okay, so maybe about 6 houses down. It's maybe 1 or 2 army tanks, police everywhere.
It was so good. It was the popo was everywhere.
The was tanks. Out. Okay. And
it was crazy
because you in your room and you could just feel the light. So we started at the window like, let's see what's going on, and then Melissa like, no, we got to investigate further. It's her because she bad. She be sneaky.
I'm like, because they don't want nobody out there.
No, you gotta stay in the house.
You gotta stay in the house. We was outside, baby.
We stuck outside.
We stuck outside and got in the bushes.
We got in the bushes.
We was in the bushes and you was behind me. I was like,
the only thing that was missing was the binoculars.
We should have some camouflage on. We was investigating.
We were investigating, trying to see what was going on or whatever. And so during that time, we looking and Melissa was like, oh, I feel like maybe she touched her breast. She was like, my breasts are so tender. They're sore. They hurt. She was like, I must be pregnant. And when she said it, it was like time completely stood still. I was like, wow. And I don't remember if I said it audibly or if I thought it.
You said it out loud. You said me too.
I was like, well, my breasts hurt too. So shoot, I must be pregnant. Yeah. Literally. And I was like, I think I went and maybe got a pregnancy test or something like that. And that thing had 2 strong lines. Them lines be so strong. He like, no. You be shaking like, no.
One time I took a pregnancy test and it was positive. I took that thing, I threw it so far. I was so mad at it. You just stumped it.
Okay, because don't tell me that.
Yeah, don't tell me.
Don't do that.
You was alive.
Oh, so I was pregnant. And luckily, Melissa talked about how welcoming and sweet my mom was. And so telling her was not like a scary thing for me. I was just like, Mom, like.
So I wasn't there. What did you do? You just went to talk to her?
To be honest, I don't remember.
You ain't even tell her. You probably just started showing.
I think I told her. Yeah. I don't remember all the details. I just remember that she was like, okay, like I got you, whatever that means. And so I didn't feel ashamed or embarrassed. I didn't feel no kind of way. It was just like, she was just like, all right, we're going to do this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I felt confident that I would be welcomed and all of that kind of stuff. So it was cool. And I think, again, because you paved the way.
I paved the way. I am a way paver.
You are.
I will set some trends for y'all.
That. So, it was cool. My son's father was, like I said, my middle school, first love, sweetheart, whatever, into high school. So he was very supportive. Yeah. Very sweet.
He's a good guy. He was a real good guy.
He was like, I'm going to work 2 jobs for this baby. And, you couldn't
bring home the bacon.
Right. That bacon coming home. He used to work this job super, super late at night. And, you pregnant, you have your cravings or whatever. So I used to crave, this drink is so sweet, but it was called Everfresh. And
ghetto.
It's so.
Yeah, it's real ghetto.
It's a hood drink.
Yeah.
When I tell you, if he didn't have my Everfresh about midnight, I used to be like, I'm gonna kill you, and he'll be calling me like, baby, I'm trying to get on.
That poor baby. And you was mean.
I was so mean.
You was mean.
I wasn't nice yet.
That poor baby.
Like, you better have my Everfresh or it's gonna be some problems. Yes. And he did the best he could. He got it to me most of the time.
Tell me about when you found out you were pregnant.
Right.
What was your the father's what was his reaction? And what did he say, or what was he like? Tell me about that.
Yeah. He was like, cool. He was like, all right, that's all right, cool. You know, I don't think he was scared. I think he was happy.
He probably was happy. Yeah, I can see that.
Like, Crystal gonna have my baby.
Crystal gonna have my baby. I gotta go to work. That baby's not
working. He just got to work. Yeah. So he was like, you know, super supportive. Yeah. Nice, sweet, kind. Whatever you need, I'll try my best to do it for you.
Now, were you in school together?
We were in school together. It's funny, we're the same age, but his birthday is late or something. So he was in a lower grade than me. Really? So yeah. So I was a senior and he was in the 11th grade. He was a junior. But yeah, so we went throughout school. He would check on me, you know. You remember how you were saying like some of your teachers were disappointed in you and upset? I experienced that same thing.
You probably had some of the same teachers I had.
Same
teachers. Yeah. I think it was just a disappointment of they see it so many times and it'd be the good ones or you know, people that they have faith in. Potential. So we appreciate the support, but we're doing good.
Thank you. So those same teachers, they were, you know, disappointed, but I did, you know, obviously graduated. I got my diploma. I participated in all the stuff. So I went to prom. I was 5 months pregnant when I went to prom. I did the whole weekend where like they do like Cedar Point and all this other kind of stuff.
So you did all of that.
I rode roller coasters. I, you know, just silly stuff like that, just not thinking, you know.
You were trying to still live your life as if you were not. Like everything is good and everything is.
It's like, we're going to make the best of it. We still going to live though. Like I'm not going to be at home sitting around, you know.
Wearing baby blue shirts.
With my feet and ankles swollen. I'm not doing it. Okay, I was like, I got my micro braids. I'm still trying to be fly. But I will say they ain't had no good maternity clothes, but
they did not have good maternity clothes because the way that they were making maternity clothes was just because you were having a baby, they thought you needed to dress like the baby.
Literally, like why you got a baby
Winnie the Pooh shirt? So when I was pregnant going to school, I had remember the Levi jeans, the real hard crisp Levi jeans, and they had no stretch to them. So I would put them on. Lycra. It was no spandex in them jeans. They be so crispy. You earn them one time, they be crispy.
You used to have to wear them?
I wore those because that was in.
Okay.
But then I wore big sweatshirts.
Okay.
And back then, you know, I don't know about you, but we didn't wear a lot of revealing clothes. We wore baggy jeans, sweatshirts, Tommy Hilfiger. So that's a good thing. So it was like big clothes. That's how a lot of people were able to hide.
You just blending
in. But no, you were cute.
Girl.
And the funny thing, and this is not my story, but Crystal told the story about us being in the bushes investigating when we found out we was pregnant. I was pregnant too. So we were pregnant at the same
her was having a baby too.
So we were two twins pregnant together.
Our kids are actually 4 days apart. I had a boy, she had a girl. And if y'all know them, they're real close. They're so close. So it worked out. I feel like we've said this before in our family that every time there's a birth, it's always two births at the same time.
Two at the same time.
Even with this last set
of babies, it'll be two babies at the same time.
Always two babies. So I think that's really cool. But so Jalen and Mariah became a dynamic duo, and it was really helpful for me because, you know, just being a new mom and that kind of thing, he had a partner in crime. So I was so glad about that. When it comes to church.
I was gonna say, what about church? What about his parents though? Like, you know, what was that dynamic like? And, you know, what did they say?
Y'all, I can be so blonde at times, and not careish. I don't even remember, Melissa, and I don't remember caring. I mean, obviously, I think if they were really supportive, I would remember that.
Yeah.
So they must not have been. I mean, I don't think that was a get. I don't think they cared.
They didn't care.
They were very hands off.
Yeah.
Melissa.
Yeah.
But I was okay with it. Like, I'm the.
You don't need that. Yeah.
I ain't doing it to y'all. I don't need.
Yeah.
I mean, it's important for your kids to know their grandparents and their family and that kind of thing. But the support of my son's father's parents was not that important to me at the time.
Yeah.
I was just trying to make it. I was in high school.
You're trying to graduate, trying to go to prom. Yeah. I don't care about your parents.
Right.
Yeah.
It
was kind of like that. I mean, not that I didn't care, but it wasn't.
It wasn't like, I'm
hand in marriage.
Right. And I'm unfortunately, I've always been the girl. My stomach is growling, y'all. Sorry. Been the girl that, the moms don't necessarily like me.
They don't never like her.
Nobody.
Not up front.
Nobody ever likes me. Nobody. But I'm okay with it. I promise, like, I'll say it over and over again, but it's not coming from a place where I am bothered by it. I don't know. Maybe I should be more bothered, but I'm unapologetically me. So, it wasn't like it. I don't know. I don't know. It's funny. I can't wait for my sons to get like serious girlfriends so I can see how I'm gonna treat them, because I probably ain't.
We already know she is not going to treat them right, especially
my oldest,
especially her oldest wife. She ain't got nothing coming, babies. No. Y'all better be ready.
You better be ready. Oh my gosh, sorry y'all, I'm so all over the place. I'm in a storm, y'all. And I refuse to record this episode again.
All right, let's get through it. I'm so sorry you're in a storm. You was in a storm. She's in a storm right now. Go ahead, baby. Go ahead, baby. Let him use you. Right. Let him use you.
So it's all over the place. But what else?
What about church? Because we went to the same church at that time.
Yeah, so I'm going to keep saying, I feel like a dang on parrot right now. I did not care.
She didn't even care.
I mean, like, they was probably looking at me like, oh, them Strickland girls. Right, but I didn't care because I felt like there were a lot of girls in our church. I didn't have like a lot of church girlfriends, like maybe just acquaintances and associates. I didn't hang
But you
with
knew
them.
what they were doing.
But I knew what they were doing. I knew some of the people they were doing it with, and there was just like real bad stories, right? And so I was just of the mindset and attitude like an adult bet not try to look down on me for being pregnant. I mean, say I'm dumb because I ain't got no condoms, but don't try to look at me down on me for being pregnant, because y'all kids is nasty.
Yeah, they like, nasty. Yeah,
like real nasty. Like, so I didn't care.
What they was doing,
girl?
They was doing
all kinds of things,
stuff that you're not supposed to be doing.
Like orgies and remember back in the day, sucking on the D was not acceptable as it is in today's society. I mean, maybe we'll talk about that on our sex podcast. Yeah, but they was just like, just doing all kinds of things, exploring, and
I didn't know that.
I
didn't know nobody that was exploring, and if I did, I was so disoblivious to it.
Me too.
Yeah, like wow, I wouldn't even have thought.
Y'all, I had a friend in high school that was sleeping with a teacher, right? I had no idea, and I used to hang out with this friend religiously.
Yeah. So you
know how they say, like, birds of a feather, right?
Flock together. Right. Yeah, you got to be careful.
So I almost got into the situation where this guy, a teacher, could have possibly raped me because he assumed that I was like my other friend. I let this man take me to his house. I can't believe something.
I don't know about this.
Know the story, Melissa?
No.
Let me tell you real quick. Okay, summer job. High school. I'm in high school. Have a summer job, right?
I don't know where I was.
So I don't know where you was. You probably
I was grown. Yeah, I was being a parent.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So I had to be like 17 years old or whatever. So when we did the summer job, the counselors or the whatevers, they had to be like in their 20s. They were
young,
like 20 to 25, but still these are adults, right? And I'm like 16, 17, thinking I'm cute. You know, you get your little check, you get your hair done, earrings, whatever, hanging out with my little girlfriend or whatever. And again, I didn't know she was sleeping with one of the guys. So one of the counselors, I used to be like, oh, he's so cute or whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Like a
kid. Like you got a crush. Like we liked Danny Pryor. Yes. Kid crush. Yeah.
Girl. So what used to happen was the male counselors used to go and get lunch for everybody. And every time they would get lunch, they would be like, okay, well, we can pick one student that can ride with us to help us get the lunches, right? So my friend always used to go get lunch.
She was out to lunch.
I didn't know. Looking back, like I had no idea. She'd be like, I go, right? So she'll come back from lunch and be like, so-and-so, this teacher like you. You think you like him? He said you was cute too. And I used to be like, so innocent.
And you went to lunch?
So she was like, all right, so when we get paid on Friday, y'all gonna go pick up the lunch. I was like, bet.
We about to get some lunch pizza, Mr. Hero.
Melissa. So I go ride in the car with him. Supposed to be going to pick up the lunch. I feel like we didn't even get the lunch yet.
Didn't get the lunch. Y'all didn't even order it. They didn't even order
that part. Next thing I know, I'm on Coventry and we at the corner store. So he like, all right, I'm gonna be right back. You know, he's like, you look nice or whatever. I'm like, thank you. Melissa.
He went to got condoms.
He comes back with the bag. I don't know what this bag is. So he's like, all right, well, I left something in my apartment, so I got to go to my apartment and get it. So we go to his apartment. He was like, well, come upstairs with me because I don't know how I'm looking for it. I don't know how long it's going to be. I'm like, all right, cool. Go. I go upstairs.
It's nothing but God.
When I tell you I'm not thinking anything. So I go upstairs like, cool or whatever. So he was like, so he got the bag on the table or whatever. He was like, all right, I'm about to go see what I can find. He was like, what's your sign? I was like, oh, I'm a Gemini, June 18th. Whoop, whoop.
I'm a Gemini. So dumb.
Dumb, Melissa. Completely dumb.
Pisces.
I'm like, the Gemini's the twins, you know what I'm saying? Tupac and Gemini, I'm a Gemini, you know what it is. So he like, okay, cool. So he picks up a book, flips in the book. He was like, all right, I'm about to go look for the thing. He was like, read this while I'm gone.
He said, read it.
Read this. So he gives me this sexual horoscope book. And it's like Gemini women, you know, they like to do this and that and this and that. And the whole time I'm reading, I was like, oh God. So then he's still in the room. So I look at the bag. The bag is full of condoms.
Full. And he gonna make you read the material so you know what you need to be doing.
Melissa, he came back out. He had his underwear on.
I would have cried. I would have screamed.
This is what you need to know. No cell phone.
No pager.
Nobody knows where you are. Nobody knows where I am. I don't know. I can't remember what this man's car looked like. License plate number. Anything, Melissa. When I tell you, I was like, God, please help me. Get me out of this. Here. So I was like, why you ain't got no pants on?
That's what you said. That's the Holy Spirit speaking. Why you ain't got no pants on?
He was like, what you mean why I ain't got no pants on? You know what it is. You know, he was like, your girl set this thing up. You know what I'm saying? So like, what are you talking about? He was like, we gonna do what we need to do and then we'll hurry up and get back. And I was like, I'm a virgin.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't like you like that. I don't want to do any of these things that you're
any of these Gemini things.
I'm not a Gemini. Was kid. I'm a baby. I'm not a Gemini. Melissa. Me little. Me not big. Melissa. Me no sexy. Me sexy. Me not like you. first of all, he was black. Like, he looked like maybe a Tay Diggs flavor. He was bald head, whatever. But he turned beet red. And he was just like,
I'm sorry.
I am so sorry. He was like, I'm so sorry. He like ran in the room, put his clothes on. And when I tell you, from the time I got in that car to the time we got back, he begged me. He was like, I need my job. Wait, sorry, it's loud outside of my house. He was like, I need my job. Please don't tell on me. I'm so sorry. I thought, he was like, your friend does this, and I thought that you were like her. And he was just like, please, I'm sorry. And guess what? I ain't never tell nobody.
You didn't tell. That's why I'm finding out today.
I know.
Because it had been on.
I didn't tell nobody.
Oh, and y'all still went to work in the summer job every day?
Yes.
I mean, not to take up for him, but it seemed like he meant it. Like he wasn't trying to.
He was like, I mean, if you wanted to do it, we was gonna get it in.
Right.
But he was just like, I'm not a rapist, I'm not.
I thought this what we were.
Right. He was
we knew
like,
we were
I
gonna
thought we
do.
was on the same page, and I was just like, in my mind, like, no, I just thought he was cute, like a kid crush. Melissa,
I did not know.
Oh my gosh, yeah,
mommy, we telling you now.
I know. Look, I'm sorry, mama. I know. I got like 2 more stories like that. Just 2 more though. That's it.
But think about that. When you talk about parenting, not your children not being able to talk to you about their experiences or covering up something that has happened, you got to be alert. You got to be aware.
You have to be aware.
Yeah.
You need to know where your kids is at. You need to say to your kids, don't be getting in nobody's car. You need to say to your kids, watch who you hang out with. Because if you don't share those same characteristics or you don't do what they do,
you don't need to be with them.
You can't hang with them.
Yeah.
Because even though y'all might be cool and you're confident in your relationship and you're not easily influenced by them, other people gonna see you the same way. And
that's
treat
true.
you the same way.
Yeah.
And that literally is what I was a victim of. And it's funny, as me and that same friend got older, she started telling me all these teachers she was sleeping with. And I'm like,
girl, you gotta tell me, because this is tea-driven content and I'm gonna need off the camera.
Do you know who it is?
We'll be right back. Yeah, we'll be right back. I think I know who it is.
Yes, girl. So I'm just like, Lord. That's why I got no friends to this day.
I would never, but it's so funny to say, like when I was in high school, my dumb butt would be sitting there not knowing that my friends on the cheerleading squad, friends in my homeroom, people that I talked to was just sleeping with my baby daddy. I know, yeah.
No, you didn't know.
I don't know. I don't know.
How did you find out?
I don't know. But listen, he would come back and be like, oh, I slept with her at prom. Wow. But I found out, I just started finding out, like the people I was like, what?
Yeah, that's
and
wild
smiling in your face.
That part.
I was like outdone because I would never do that to anybody.
That's why I don't do friendship. That's why I don't be doing
that.
I would never do that to somebody. I wouldn't. Like, how can you hang out with somebody and you sleeping with their man? And some girls will even go as far as to let you talk to them about your problems
and be just getting it.
And be like,
be just getting it. So at that time, listen, and I'm gonna say this because I'm not. It's really hard to be transparent. When you start putting your stuff out there, it's out there.
Yeah.
At that time, as a young girl, when you have situations like that, it's either you learn from it or you become a part of it. And I want to say, it was a dog eat dog world. Wow. And eventually in my life, I started being dog eat dog because I got tired of being dog.
Yeah.
So I was eating dog. You just have to be careful about what you're exposed to, what your kids are exposed to, who they're hanging around, like you said.
Absolutely.
You just don't know.
Girl. Dang. Craziness.
So where we at?
I don't know where we're at. We're in the storm.
We're in Crystal's storm now.
So whatever come out is just what come out. So wait, so we talking about me being pregnant. We talking about the church.
Yeah.
The nasty girls in the church. So
pretty much you didn't care about nobody.
No. I was just like, I'm about to have a baby.
Yeah.
And when my baby came, I had to have a C-section.
Yeah.
So that was terrible. That was like my first surgery. They said his heart rate was dropping. They lying.
They be lying because they want that money.
Okay?
I was trying to tell y'all that on the thing. They just want your money. They tell you the baby's not coming.
Yeah.
There's nothing we can do.
Yeah, his heart rate is dropping. We just need to take him. And you won't cut me open.
Yeah.
And the cut ain't even straight.
Yeah, my cut is
my cut going like that.
My cut is crooked, and they sewed a wrong belly back. Yeah. My belly was flat. Let me tell y'all.
This ain't it.
This ain't. See? And they gave me a little elephant ear.
See?
That's not right. You don't do that to people. You tummy tuck them.
They don't care.
You put their tummy back the way it was.
Tuck that tummy.
I'm mad.
For free. They do it for other people.
And they do it for other people. Make them look good.
Yes, they do.
That's what I said in the first episode.
Yeah.
They don't care about what kind of insurance you got. Yeah, they look at your chart. They're like, this is welfare.
You cut whatever way you want to cut.
Just cut it open.
Get the baby out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so definitely a victim, because that's what I'm calling it. I was a victim of that, but I had a C-section. So recovery was crazy. I don't remember we talked about in the episode or offline about how hard it is to not laugh. When you have a C-section.
We talked about it a little bit.
It's really, really hard.
It's bad.
So I went through that, but I came back home to live with mommy.
Yeah.
And then shortly after, me and my son's father moved out to, play house. We really did think we were going to get married. So we was like, we're going to move out, just raise our little family.
Raise your little baby boy.
Right.
So how was it, thinking about having a C-section and then having a baby coming home? Mm-hmm. How did you feel as a mom? Was it normal, like, hey, I'm into this? Or was it like, this is just like, for me, it was like, whoa.
Yeah.
But how was it for you?
Girl, it felt so normal. When I tell you, being pregnant, I would say when I started feeling my baby kick. Mm-hmm. So what's that, 6-7 months? I don't know.
I mean 5.
5 months, yeah. It turned, when I tell you it changed my little Grinch heart.
She was so sweet.
I was like, there's a baby inside of me. He's kicking. I feel him. It was amazing. He came out and I was just completely in love.
And he was the sweetest baby.
He was really sweet.
All the time.
So smiley, like my baby. When you take your kids to get pictures and it'd be the white photographer and they had like a blowing their breath. Jalen used to be cracking up.
He liked it.
Everybody was so funny. Like, he never met a stranger. He would let anybody hold him. Like, he was just such
giggle
a happy
and smile. Remember I used to make that deep voice to him.
You did. He would be scared. I need to call my counselor. That's Melissa is bad. She used to be scared. What you used to be saying?
So I'll be like, hi, Jalen.
Right.
How are you? Your auntie's little baby. He'd be like, I'll be like, hey, Jalen. Hey. He used to cry so hard. I would just say anything in a deep voice. He couldn't take it.
He was so bad.
And I would do it all the time. But he was sweet. I love you, Jalen. That's why we close now.
Me and my son's father knew, okay, we got to grow up. It's time to grow on up. I did hair, you guys. So I don't know if you know, but I am a kitchen stylist.
She's a great kitchen stylist.
I always have been throughout high school. There wasn't a prom, a homecoming, a dance where I didn't have 500 million girls in my living room to my kitchen, microwaving
doing
them
hair,
ponytails, putting those buns that was to the top of their head. So
pin curl ponytails with the two strings hanging down, and the gold beads in it.
All of it, y'all.
She was good. And she had $500 to $600 every week.
No, listen, I was really making good money doing that. And the only reason I didn't go to cosmetology school was because of my religion, because of the Sabbath.
Yeah.
And I knew that Saturday was a big hair day. So I was like, I ain't going to have no clients,
You can do it. You should.
I should have. But I didn't. But so I was able to take care of Jalen, pretty good. It wasn't like, super struggle or whatever.
Yeah.
And I thank God for that. Overall, my parenting experience was not too bad. And I think it wasn't bad because,
the lead up.
The lead up.
So here's what I hear from you, like with talking about teen pregnancy, that you didn't really have a tough time. It was like, I'm pregnant, I'm about to have a baby. I have my boyfriend, he's supportive. We're going to step up. We're going to be parents. Action, Mom's good. Don't care about church. Don't care about school. I'm about to go to prom. I'm about to live my life. And so when you have it good like that, your parenting experience is, it's better. It's good. It could be better, if you're married or in a better position. But
the right way.
One of the things that I noticed about, Crystal being a parent, she talked about how she felt the baby and how she changed. Crystal was a great parent. And she was a good mom. She was the kind of mom that had a video camera. Now, back then we didn't have video cameras. She had a video camera and she videotaped everything, all of his moves, all of his stages in life. So she was that kind of mom, and she was very nurturing in that she took them to the park and to the swing. So I had Mariah at the same time. I was not that mom still, and I wasn't a bad mom. I'm a good mom. They got good experiences, but it's just her gift. And so she would take Mariah and Jalen to the park and videotape Jalen and Mariah. And Mariah would spend the night over there.
I had them often.
She had them often. So even in our family today, Crystal is the auntie that gets the kids and does the activities. So that's just her natural gift.
Oh, I appreciate that. And I just doing me. You know what I'm saying? But when you look back, you be like, oh, I did.
You was the auntie.
I was that.
You took them everywhere. You did.
Yeah, I really did. I enjoyed it. And kids are... I actually went into early childhood education. That's what my degree is in, because I think it says that you have the first 5 years. Is where you can shape and mold a child's character. They are so critical. And I learned that, and I know that. And I'm youth leader at church. I don't do the smaller kids, but anyways. Kids,
those years are impressionable, and where they get everything.
Their character is shaped there. So I'm glad, and it's crazy, Melissa, for real. When I think about parenting and the time that I took with Jalen versus my other two kids, they're totally different. And they're different because those first 5 years were different. So if I had to tell a pregnant mom or someone who is raising a toddler, I would say, teach them about Jesus. Turn manners, off the TV. Turn off Disney. Manners, like you said. Spend time with them. All of those things matter so much.
What did you do as a parent to ensure that? Because Jalen is a phenomenal, fantastic kid. I mean, you don't have to ask him to be good.
Can I tell you a funny story? Yesterday we were at church, and we have to wear a mask in church, and they put a sign on the board while the preacher is preaching, it says, please put your mask on or keep your mask on or something like that. So he's sitting by me. He's like, Mom, so hot. This mask is killing me, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, Jalen, just take your mask off. And he's like, no, but the sign say that I can't take it off, Mama. He was like, I don't like to break the rules. And I'm like, Jalen, you about to pass out. So he takes the mask off one ear, and then he covers up the rest of his face so he can breathe. And it was a proud mom moment for me. Like, okay.
He still follows the rules.
He really tries to follow the rules, whether it's, the rules of the Lord and I'm not saying he's perfect. No kid is perfect. He got his whatevers, but he's
rule conscious. But that comes from good parenting.
I feel like I put a little work in. His dad, don't want to say his dad wasn't there too. So his dad was there.
But then also temperaments, kids, how they're born. Like I said, when Brian was my first, and as a parent, for him, he was naturally good. Just like Jalen was.
Absolutely.
So I was his mom, but I had the support of my mom a lot, and I utilized her. So, taking him to Sabbath school and Pathfinders and all of that. He was in all of that. I was still his mom as being over him, but he naturally had it, and I thank God for that. He was good.
It is a blessing.
It wasn't, his dad was there in his life to, keep him. One of the things that I can say about his dad is that as a parent, he made him be a man. He taught him basketball.
Good.
He taught him football. Be like, man, you don't rub no lotion on like that. You know, brush your teeth. You know, he gave him the hard knock life where I was the mom that was like, come here, baby.
Yeah, for sure. And that's what moms do. I think it's good for boys or kids in general just to have that balance.
Yeah.
The only thing I would add to that I think Black dads weren't doing that they're starting to do now more is hugging their boys.
Yeah. Affirming
them, telling them I love you, telling them it is okay to cry. You know what I'm saying? It is okay to be vulnerable sometimes.
Yeah.
And I think they didn't do it because they didn't know to do it. They weren't taught.
They didn't have it.
So I like that new piece of it's masculine to still, you know, have an emotional side and be vulnerable. So I appreciate dads that let their boys know.
Like it's all right, man. You could do that. You can still be tough. But you have emotions and you have feelings. And I think
crying is not just for women.
No, they can cry. Let them cry and get their emotions out.
Not too much, but you can cry.
And don't be punching them. Don't be punching your kids in the chest when they do something wrong. You know. When we were coming up, we got whoopings or whatever. But even remembering being a parent to my first kid, you know, whoopings was there, but they were light. You know, they weren't as. Our whoopings was pretty rough.
I think all kids don't need to be whooped, but the idea of you getting a whooping, back in the day it was popular.
you getting towed up.
What you getting? Switches, getting hit
extension
with sticks,
cords,
all of
sticks, anything, hands, all of that. It was very violent. Now if you hit your kid, you going to jail. In public. They calling child services on you.
Girl.
So just thinking about ways to discipline your kid the way we disciplined them then.
It's totally different.
It's totally different.
I remember being in the my second son, baby, he gives me a run for my money to this day.
He was born that way.
He was born with that temperament, Melissa. Oh my gosh.
And cried.
That was a tough pregnancy. But he gives me a run for my money. I remember when he was little, he would be acting out in the store. So I would take him and I would pinch him and turn it. And he'd be like, stop pinching me. She's pinching me. She's pinching me.
And then like, such a bad ghetto black mom.
Exactly. He was he gave me a run for my money.
It's funny how the second one is different from the first. For
sure.
Because my second was a little girl. Now I was happy about this one. This pregnancy was a little bit better. It went much smoother.
Good.
You know, it was fine. So she was the baby, kind of like, all right, I can do this. I'm a mom. Right. So I really tried to mom. But just didn't do the things that I needed to do. When I look in hindsight, where my first child got all of the Christian care, by the time she was born, I wasn't even going to church. I wasn't going to church. So she didn't get that. She didn't get the Sabbath school or or any of that.
And it's crazy because you know how the Bible says train up a child in the way they should go, and you know they'll come back and all that kind of stuff. It is very, very true. And then sometimes if you don't train them up, they don't have really
nothing to come back to.
They don't got nothing to come back to. I think about Will and Jada's kids, and people talk, you know, about them and how wayward they are, and I'm like, they didn't get trained up.
They don't got no way to come back to. That's what they got. That's what they got. You got to give your kids it. And it's never too late. Amen. It's never too late to give your kids what they need.
I totally agree.
If they're under your care, and even as adults, our kids stray. But we can do whatever by prayer, talking to them, building relationships with them to bring them back. And I think they want it. I think they would appreciate it.
Absolutely. There's a Bible verse that says, "Contend with me, and I'll contend with you," or something like. Basically, keep petitioning me. Keep petitioning the Lord, and He's like, "I will save your children.
I will save your children."
And I should know that verse, but that's a promise that I hold on to when my kids be acting crazy. Because like now I'm to my third one, baby. This generation of kids, I'm
scared. I
don't understand. Melissa.
Yeah, it's scary.
They are entitled. They're spoiled. They lack empathy.
It's different. It's very different. And I think it's, you know, we all know that it's the world today, the technology, the social media, the lack of physical contact or engagement with other people.
Yes.
And then we as parents today probably have more than what our parents had when we were growing up. So we have the ability to give our kids whatever they want.
Yes, we do. And I think we made a mistake with that because we was like, we ain't had this. I ain't had no bike. We sharing bikes, sharing panties, sharing clothes. When I grow up, my kids gonna get whatever they want. Okay, we done messed up.
We messed up. And I remember as a kid or as a young person working at the age of 14 to get my school clothes, to get school clothes for the house.
And that's your parents' job, but you were doing
But I was doing that because I had to work for what I got. And anything that I wanted to achieve, I had to work for it. I had to work for it.
Listen, it is so different now when I tell you these kids are so entitled. You know, again, I'm youth group leader, so I've had some experience where I've gotten to see these kids, and my mind is blown. At how they respond to things, what they think you're supposed to do for them, how they act when they don't get what they want, or how disrespectful they are.
Very disrespectful.
How unthankful they are. Like, it just no sense of gratitude.
There's no honor. There's no respect. I remember being a kid and even with my kids, you know, my first two growing up, each one, like we say, is different. But going to school, we were afraid of the principal, our teachers. You know, we sat down quiet when the teacher walked in the room. When the principal came,
they raised their hand. You raise your hand. You be quiet.
Yes, you be quiet.
I didn't even cuss. I was like,
I'm not cussing. I'm not doing that. Or I'm not doing anything wrong. But they don't have that. They curse and and we had bad things to watch on TV. But the difference now in raising kids is that it's a source that always has access to you. And I call it a source, but it's the world, it's technology, it's the internet. We could watch a TV, but we couldn't interact through it. You know what I mean? If I watched Bugs Bunny, that was the show that was on, and there was no changing it. The next channel was MASH. The next channel was WB or whatever.
You got 3 options.
So it wasn't like
with your grandma.
It wasn't like anything could come in or go out. Today with our phones, our kids can play video games with other people that might be pedophiles. They can talk to people on other lines that might be killers or might be Satanists or might be evil and playing games with them, and things and avenues can come in. They have these Oculus things where you're in virtual worlds.
VR world, y'all.
Yeah, that's dangerous. Listen, that metaverse, y'all can knock us off if y'all want. That metaverse, this virtual world that our kids are getting exposed to today, it's demonic. And it's not
we can argue about it.
Yeah, we can talk about it, but
because it is.
Yeah, it is. It's just not healthy for your children. And when you go outside, you don't see those kids. No. They don't know how to play.
No, listen.
You can put them all together. I took some kids. I took our kids to the playground and they did not interact. One sat on the swing by themselves. One was on the sliding board and one was like, I'm ready to go home. They didn't even know what to do.
I want to go. I want to go. Like, they don't know what to do. And it's so sad. Now, listen, I feel bad because I understand that the world is crazy. Outside is not always safe. And so parents are making the decision to keep their kids in so that they can see them again. They live to see another day. You know, your child could get snatched if, your child goes out or whatever. So it's just different. And with that being said, it calls for a different type of parenting. You know what I mean?
It does.
We can't do whatever our mom and them used to do, like, because the Bible says, there's a verse that says that the devil has redoubled his efforts. Because he knows his time is short.
His time is short, and he is roaring like a lion.
Like a lion. This is the thing. Think about it. Okay, if you get a kid and you destroy them, however you do, through video games, through being, compromised, sexually molested, or whatever as a child, you have them their whole life. The trauma starts young. So he is after our children. He is relentless, and we have a lot of work to do. And it's hard because now as adults, I feel like in our generation, we're learning about our trauma. We're trying to learn how to work through it. We're in bad relationships. We're doing all that. And then now we got a whole nother child. Don't have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 kids that have different personalities, different temperaments, and now you have to parent them. Basically what I'm trying to say is you need Jesus.
Basically, don't be a parent unless you're ready to parent.
Why are you doing it?
But here's the thing, that God gives us our children. And he says, if I give you good gifts, how much more will I give to, to your children, or love them more, take care of them more? Yeah. So it's really hard sometimes to leave your children in the Lord's hands, but you have to, trust God. But that's why, as parents, you heard your mom and them say, I pray for y'all all day and all night. When you have children, it keeps you on your knees. I don't care how old they are. I don't care what they're going through, where they are with you or not. Yeah. They keep you on your knees, and stay on your knees for your kids.
Yeah, because God will hear you and intercede. Old people in the church, I had a praying grandmother or whatever. You be like,
whatever,
right. No, I get that now. Those prayers are getting through.
Yeah.
They're getting through to now, the Lord. Have you heard about this thing called gentle parenting?
So I just heard about it.
That's like a new thing, and it's big in the Black community now, because I feel like African, other ethnicities or whatever, they've been doing this thing, but this whole gentle parenting where like you're not whooping your kids anymore,
you're talking to them, dialogue.
Yeah.
I like that idea, because we were in that environment where it's like, brought you in this world, take you out, sit at the table, be seen, not heard. Don't ask questions. Absolutely. Don't challenge your parents. If they whoop you, they whoop you.
Right.
If you in trouble, you
go to your room.
Right.
Deal
go to your
with
room.
It. Yeah.
No explanation. Yep. So that is traumatic for a kid.
It is, because they're a human.
Yeah, they're human, and they have feelings.
Absolutely.
And sometimes the parent is wrong.
That part.
Sometimes
and parents
you are wrong.
Never used to apologize. Them old parents, they ain't used to apologize.
They ain't apologize for nothing.
And it's important to come to your kids and be like, dang,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I went
I was
off
wrong
on you. I was wrong. I am sorry. It's important.
That's, I talked about my childhood trauma earlier on. Yeah. You guys can go back to episode, I think it's maybe 3, 4, or 5, somewhere around there. But that was one of the things that for me was traumatic, is that there was never an apology. There was never any type of reconciliation or being consoled for the wrong that was done, even if it was to me or something else. Yeah. So it's important, you parents, to apologize to your children when you're wrong.
Absolutely.
And check on their heart. Yeah. Circle back on it.
It's your heart. Yeah.
Even when they do something wrong and you have to discipline them by whooping them, spanking them, then come back and give them some love and comfort them and say, I did this because I love you. Right. I'm sorry.
Right.
Let's, move from here. So
I agree with that.
I don't know if people whoop today or spank today. I mean, what do you do?
I whoop my kids sometimes. I mean, the Bible says, spare the rod, spoil the child. Right. So there's your Bible for all those that are against whoopings. It's in the Bible to do that and to discipline them. I think every kid is different. And I think if you are going to spank your kids, do not spank them when you're angry, because that's usually when you tend to get whooped, or a shoe gets thrown at you when your parent is being impulsive and super, acting out of anger. So if you are going to discipline them in that way, mama or daddy gonna need a moment to calm down and all that kind of stuff. And it's funny for me with my kids with whooping. By the time I done calm down, I'm like, well, forget it. I'm not even about to whoop you because that's stupid.
Do you remember growing up? They'd be like, when you get home, I'm gonna whoop you. And all day you got to think about that whooping.
Correct.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Stressed about that whooping you about to get. I didn't really. I didn't have to whoop my children. Yeah. But I think I could have definitely done better with discipline. And, like with my son, he was so sweet. I didn't discipline him. Yeah. But his dad was a great disciplinarian in terms of, hey, this is, you're going to make your bed every day. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. Yeah. But I didn't have discipline either. I wasn't a bad kid, so I didn't discipline.
Right.
Yeah.
Did I get disciplined?
Yeah, you was getting disciplined. She was bad. You talking about I'm bad? She just used to get in trouble. I was bad, but I didn't get in trouble.
She did, because her badness, she is sneaky, so it's in the inside. But the outer is so sweet and pleasant and jolly and goofy. But me, I was just,
she got the whoopings. But today, I look at, my children are far apart in age, and so each time is parenting is different. The things that you have to look out for that I didn't think about, is sexuality. I mean, when growing up,
You just like boys.
You had a boyfriend.
That's it.
That was it.
I know.
You just like boys. And there was nothing that was telling you to do anything different. There was no songs.
Right.
There were no movies. There were no cartoons that were
all those subliminal messages.
Yeah.
Pounding you daily. Literally all day long.
Yeah.
When you don't intend to watch something wrong, well, then there's this whole menu of all the wrong
things on the side.
It's awful.
So when you're watching YouTube, it flicks, and then there's a commercial.
Yes.
And then even when the kids are playing video games today, you have to watch what commercial comes on the video games
and the music that's being played with the game.
With the game.
So I tend not to listen to a lot of secular music or whatever, and I would find my kids knowing these songs. I'm like,
it's from the video game.
How do you know these songs? And they'd be like, oh, that's in the game.
Or that's from TikTok.
Yeah.
Yes. Like you can it's so hard to keep them from it.
Yeah.
And how do you keep them from being on their phones 24/7?
Right.
When you take them to a kid's birthday party and every kid has a device.
Everybody
and they're sitting there with the device. Absolutely. And your kid is the only one not.
The only weirdo.
Yeah, the only weirdo. And now they're a weirdo and they don't get invited.
They
don't get invited.
If you ain't got no phone.
If you don't got no phone, don't come. Yeah. And if you try to keep your kid, like we try to keep my youngest daughter, we try to keep her from watching things on TV that she should not watch. Things that have witchcraft, demonic stuff. And so when she's around other kids, they put it on TV. And, she's like, I can't watch that. I don't watch that kind of stuff.
Boo.
Right. She'd be like, because I have eternal life. She'd be like,
because she do.
She do. But that could be made to be weird.
It's hard.
And it's hard.
It's really hard.
But she's standing for Christ. And that's how we taught her to be.
Yeah, that's how I did with
we are supposed to be a peculiar people.
Yeah.
So it's
tough. Yeah. Jalen used to be like, no Hattie Potter. I used to be like, we're not watching Harry Potter, no spells, no witchcraft. Potter. Yeah. I did let him watch Disney, but Disney is full of spells.
It's getting worse.
Can we talk about something I was thinking about the other day? Do you know? Okay, so the song, ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ah, ting, ting, well,
yeah.
He says, I told the witch doctor, and the witch doctor told me what to do. This is a spell.
He said, say that.
Ooh, ee,
and Alvin and the Chipmunks sing it.
Right, and we like, this song is a bop.
Yes.
It's a curse and a spell.
It's a curse and a spell.
Mama say, mama sa.
Mama kusa is a spell. Yes. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious is a spell.
Bum bum be dum 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 bum.
Yes.
I could go on and
all
on.
of that stuff.
And we sing these chants.
It was I was watching Sing 2 and Sing 2 came on and they sing Prince's song Let's Go Crazy, Let's Go Nuts. And the song is about don't let the elevator break you down because we all gonna die. The song says we're all gonna die anyway.
Y'all.
So
I don't do Prince.
And it's on a kid's soundtrack.
Kids bop. They'll take all the kid voices, and it's good.
The same words.
It goes into their subliminal mind. Like we got to do a whole podcast on that because some people might be watching like, girl, what is y'all talking about?
Yeah.
No, it's a thing. It's real.
It's real.
The influence of the music and the things
dolls,
that we watch.
The baby dolls that they have today.
Melissa.
All of them have on high heels, jewelry, earrings. Yep. They have little girls wanting to wear crop tops. When you go to Old Navy, all of the stores that are for children, everything is a crop top.
Or everything is out.
The back is out.
Or it's above the knee.
Or it's the shorts are short.
Yeah.
And all of the messages that are innuendo on the shirts today, you got to be careful. Absolutely. That little circle sign with the peace sign that y'all think is a peace sign, that is not a peace sign. Look it up. So you have to just be conscious of everything today for your kids. What they wear, eat, see, drink, do, go.
Yes. And God winks at ignorance. So we love that. I say that all the time because I'm like, God, people don't know. You know what I'm saying? They don't know they're wearing curses or watching bad stuff or whatever. But being in tune with the Holy Spirit, He will tell you and show you. He'll be like, hey, no, that's not it. It's a better way. So for me in parenting, one of the things that I struggle with most is not necessarily knowing what to do or not to do with the kids, what they can watch or whatever, but it's the replacement. It's like, okay, now when I take the phone away, God, when they can't watch anything on TV, what do they do? okay, yeah, I could send them outside, but outside is not safe.
No, it's not even about outside not being safe. There's no kids out there.
Ain't nobody
so they
out
and
there.
It's hot.
It's very, very hot. Or then it's like, okay, well, God, okay, especially if you're a single mom or whatever. I'm a parent, so I got to work. I got to cook. I have to do all these things. So I can't spend this time with my kids right now. They got to do something. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that's how it's so easy to say, here, give you this phone.
Hurry up. Play the phone real quick.
Play a game or whatever. Yeah. So that's the part that I'm like, God, show me what the blueprint is so I can tell other parents literally to say, hey, try this. Take this away, but try this. We need something better. Okay.
Yeah. As a parent, I call myself a new parent. Mm-hmm. I have a 7-year-old, mm-hmm. and I am a parent. I'm older than all of the parents mm-hmm. that have kids her age. Mm-hmm. So one. Number two is that trying to find, she's an only child right now because she is an only kid.
Yeah.
Trying to find activities for her.
Girl.
Playmates for her. Mm-hmm. People don't meet up for play dates anymore. They're scared of quarantine.
Like, I don't know you.
They're working. I don't want to get to know you. Yeah. I'm keeping my kid from, monkeypox and all of this stuff. I just don't have the time. Mm-hmm. And so you have a kid that you have to 24 mm-hmm. hours mm-hmm. keep engaged. So it's like, your kid. Yeah, that's your kid. What are we doing next? Where are we going? Yeah. Can we go to the pool? Can we go skating? Can we go here? There's nobody outside. I'm bored. Can we tickle? And you still have to work and parent.
How many minutes of tickle time?
Tickle time. I be like, we did 30 minutes. So I even, and today kids don't color like they used to.
They don't. And coloring is good.
They don't draw like they used to. Yep. They don't read.
They'll be making friendship bracelets.
No, they don't know how to double dutch. They don't know how to jump rope. There's nothing.
Pogo ball. None of
it is so difficult to be a parent.
It's hard. If you're a parent, hang in there. We are in this together and together with Christ if we choose to be.
Yeah.
So he can help us. Mm-hmm. I wish that we were on here giving like all these expert tools and this and that. The kids don't come with a rule book, and you really got to link up with Christ and be like, Lord, how do I because you gave these kids to me as a gift, and our kids have purpose.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
God gave us those specific kids that we have for a reason. And he has a specific work for them to do, and we have to help to birth it. We got to speak life mm-hmm. into them.
And he holds us accountable. He holds us accountable, and that's sometimes the scary thing is that God holds you accountable mm-hmm. for what you allow your kids to do or to be exposed to or go through.
Absolutely.
And as parents, sometimes our kids make choices mm-hmm. that is heartbreaking. Sometimes they end up living lives that mm-hmm. we don't agree with biblically, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. and we still have to support them love them and still love them through that no matter what anybody says.
Yeah.
So that's a tough thing today as well.
Girl, I mean,
especially in the faith.
Listen, we be on Facebook like, look at all these kids.
Yeah, look at them. What happened? Yeah.
So many questions, okay? Mm-hmm. So many questions, so many concerns. How did we get here? It's very, very common. Like we were talking about how teenage pregnancy was common for us.
Right.
Now it's common to
be whatever.
To have your kid be non-binary or it's like, what do they say?
It's more terms.
Yeah, what are your it's something. They ask you, what are your
your pronouns?
Yeah, what are your pronouns?
Yeah.
How is that even an option?
Okay,
and there are kids that have pronouns.
And today, Congress, and it is you can say you can choose from birth. There you go. You can choose from birth what you want to be or what that child is. Yeah. And, we're believers. So we're speaking from a believer standpoint. We believe in the Most High God and his order. So speaking from that standpoint, it's confusing. Mm-hmm. It's just confusing. And so where you don't want your kids to be exposed to some things, they have to be because it's just there.
It's just there.
If they see it, I have to say, well, this is what this is. This is what's going on.
Can't take them to the mall without seeing
you gotta mm-hmm. they gotta know about
and to teach them how to still be kind
and be loving,
to treat people and to be loving.
we have to be that example.
Yeah.
We have to be that example.
Yeah.
So when, you never know what a child or a family or parents have gone through if anything goes wrong with their children.
Yeah.
We cannot be judgmental.
Yeah.
You never know. You could be looking at somebody saying, well, why this and why this and why that?
Yeah.
You don't know what that struggle is.
Yeah.
So give grace and give it to God.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But it is hard.
It's hard. Yeah.
Me is human. It is hard not to.
Yeah.
I can see some parents and be mad, and parents might see me and be mad at me. Like, I be mad. Like, what is happening?
Yeah. Why you letting that? Yeah. Be.
Why are we celebrating a pregnancy, or why are we celebrating, a child that's coming out, or whatever the case may be? You're right. That ain't for
it's
me
not
or
for you.
nobody
It's not for us to do that.
I mean, you can feel a way about it, but you can't judge. And to me, judge is condemning them to a place, or saying this is not a good parent because of what this parent is doing.
I think it's okay to show concern.
Yeah.
And I think it's okay to be alarmed. We're human. And that's what, people, everything that we see on Facebook,
right,
we all cause alarm. I'm sure that
my crop tops, honey.
I'm sure that my situations sometimes are in people's Snapchat and people's phones, or my pictures, or whatever the case may be. Everybody does it. But I'm just saying, be cautious and be careful, because it could be you. It could be you. It could happen to you and you don't even know it. Yeah. So I think as parents, we need to support each other, and we all need that encouragement and love. Yeah. We don't have to celebrate sin. We don't have to point it out and make people feel bad about it. We know what it is for what it is. Right. We just got to live in truth.
And we got to be like Jesus and love sinners, because Jesus loved sinners.
He did.
Yeah, he loved me, sinner.
Yeah, he loved me. Y'all know half of my stuff, but if y'all knew all of my stuff, y'all be like, well, what happened here?
Mine too.
What happened?
Because it's a lot. It's a lot of situations.
It's a lot of stuff. But
yeah.
So we want to encourage parents to just be conscious of your kids' love language, their temperament. Seek the Lord in prayer.
Every day
over your children, how to speak to them, how to talk to them, what they need to give you discernment. And I would start there. How do
I parent this one?
This one. Yes.
What about this one?
Yes.
And what about that?
What's the best way to do? And what about that one? As parents, we got to be 2 to 3 types of parents, and then be wives and be professional at work. It's so, the devil just brings so many distractions, and I just can't wait to
Jesus come. But guess what? We can do it though.
We can do it.
We've been doing it, and I wanted to say, with Melissa's story, when she was talking about whatever she, not whatever, but the thing she was saying, I was like over here, like I didn't know how to handle it. It was, heavy, and we've talked about it. We moved past it, but you've been through a lot, Melissa. We've been through a lot, but I'm proud of us. We still have good kids. God has been with us. Like you talk about that resilience. I think I'm resilient too. Absolutely. I've been through a couple of things, and God has just been right there all the time, all along. He be like, I got you. Even when we make mistakes, I made so many parenting mistakes.
Me too.
Oh my gosh.
How he turns things around.
He will give you beauty for ashes. I love that song, because that is exactly what he does. So if you're a parent and you're struggling, hang in there. Pray for a community of parents that you can talk to, because I think a lot of times when our kids are doing stuff and acting out, we are embarrassed. To tell other parents, not even knowing, like, their kids doing it too, So let's, like you said, be more graceful and develop a community of parents where we can talk and be like, okay, y'all, I just walked in my kid's room and the porn is on the screen. How has that happened to any of y'all? How did y'all handling it? What we doing? How we blocking porn sites? Like, tell me, like, what do kids have all these new words that mean this and emojis that mean that?
I don't know,
like, what they mean? Like, let's talk about it so that we can know, so we can guard our kids. How about Don't let your kid. Let's not let our kids. If Playboy Cardi, I'm just throwing it out, has a song that's crazy or whatever. Like, put me on alert. Like, hey, mama,
don't let them listen to this or
we're
that.
not listening to this.
Yeah.
Hey, mamas, don't take your kids to see Buzz Lightyear. There's a kissing scene in the beginning. Like, let's look out for each other. It takes a village.
It does. It's so crazy because you talk about that cartoon. It does take a village, but there's this Jurassic Park series of kids. It's a cartoon series of Jurassic Park. It's so good.
Okay.
And the whole time the girls are in a relationship and they kiss, they French kiss on the screen. And I'm
dinosaurs?
The dinosaurs don't kiss. The characters that are in the Jurassic Park show.
Yeah.
And the She-Ra show, She-Ra is out the whole time. At the end of the movie, they watch the whole thing and they were gay the whole time and they kiss at the end. And it just sucks you in.
And you be like,
it sucks you in. You be like, what?
That's the thing. By beholding, you become changed, right? So I'm telling y'all, you're watching it and you're like, oh, it was just that little bad moment. Then the rest of the movie was good, but it's just a little poison in it.
Yeah.
That little bit of poison gonna kill you.
It goes
and
a
kill
long,
your kids. You
long
have
way.
To be careful. By beholding, we become changed. And even That's So Raven. Like the first of all, psychic, so that's kind of not good. But it was so funny. Like the first go round, then the second go round, now it's a whole different thing, and it's a transgender child on there, and blah blah blah. And from one standpoint, you're like, okay, well, it's teaching your kids to be accepting of different types of people. Yeah. So I get that part. But then the other part is like, but is it programming my child?
It's we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but it's a spiritual thing, and people don't realize that. You know how people watch scary movies and they be like, well, I ain't scared of that, that's just a movie, they just made that. No, that is spirits. And
you get sleep paralysis, the spiritual that night.
The spiritual mindset behind the people that make it is evil. And evil begets evil.
Listen,
you might as well just take your kid to the country.
I was like,
grow some beans, get your little garden,
grow your little garden,
play a little pity pat, and call it a day.
Put on Little House on the Prairie because it's golden.
Yes, it's golden. There's some things you can watch.
Little Cosby Show, you
can mix a Little Cosby Show in there.
Yeah, but
little Sound of Music. Yes. There's some couple things. We'll give you a list of acceptable things,
y'all. But we in it together.
Hang in there.
Hang in there. We're in it. We appreciate you guys too.
Yeah.
We done.
Yeah, we got relationships with our children is important.
It's so important. Y'all drop some comments if y'all got some tips or you know something.
And some resources,
to watch out for.
Yeah, before we go, can you tell us about the Instagram girl?
Her name is Destinni.Ann. So she does this general parenting. She is the definition of black girl magic to me. Like, I love her. So I'll drop her link or whatever so y'all can check her out and how she talks to her kids and parents them and loves them and teaches other parents. She's actually a parenting coach, so she teaches
I love that.
Other parents. She has YouTube. So like one day I just binged a lot of her stuff and it is really good content. And I'm changing some of my parenting just because watching, what she's done. So I'll definitely do that. And if anybody else has some resources, let's just share. Cause like I said,
please share
together.
And it's really good. Like we love when you guys text us and send us messages of how you enjoy or, what you took away from it. But those comments, when you're contributing to the content of helpful resources, put it out there.
Yeah, put it on the page,
so people can
y'all.
see it. Yeah, and they can also use it as a resource as well.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. I was kind of fussing with Melissa because I feel like, well, first of all, we're so grateful for anybody that stopped by, views, watches the entire content, and there are a lot of secret watchers out there as well.
We got secret watchers. Yeah.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, secret watchers.
Yeah. That's what they are. Trying so hard to hide the way they feel.
But we love y'all. We love y'all. And we appreciate them secret messages too.
No, it's all good. It's all good. But yeah, like, share, subscribe.
Please.
We are going to talk about parenting a little bit more next week. We have a special guest.
That special parent.
So just stick with us on this. And we're just going to continue to talk about relationships till we don't feel like doing it no more because it's a lot. It's definitely a lot. We got a lot more guests coming up. And we hope that you guys have been enjoying the show.
Yes, thank you.
We hope you're here for it.
We'll see you next week.
All right, peace out.
Bye.